Your favorite love song, your favorite romance novel, your favorite romantic movie, they all came from a simple yet infinitely mysterious place called romantic love. People have been trying to decipher many mysteries related to this curious phenomenon since the dawn of time. In recent times, science has taken up the task of trying to uncover complexities of this feeling we perceive as very simple and powerful, and psychology, neurochemistry, and neurophysiology have been particularly eager at doing that. Hi everybody, welcome to Psychology Element. In this video, we will be trying to summarize many psychological and perhaps some magical things that will happen to you once you fall in love. Better stay tuned so you would be prepared for the crazy, lovely, stupid, amazing, scary, beautiful thing called romantic love when you feel it. And who knows, you might just fall in love with this video as well. Number 13. Your voice changes. Many people have noticed that their voices change when they are talking to their partner. And no, it's not just their imagination. A study conducted at Albridge College in Pennsylvania studied the voice of 24 people who had just fallen in love and concluded that there was actually a change in tonality in intimate partners' voices. Both men and women tried to mimic or match their partner's or their love interest's voice. The results of the study suggest that, when in love, women will use a lower pitch, huskier voice, while men will employ a higher speaking one. Your tone of voice will definitely give up whether you are in love or not. Number 12. Your inhibitions are lowered. Being in love is a little bit like being drunk. Researchers at the University of Birmingham have observed that both people in love and drunk had a higher production of a hormone called oxytocin, also known as the hug hormone. Although drunk people and people who are in love are different in that oxytocin affects different parts of their brains, oxytocin still does produce the same effect. You just want to hug the person you are in love with. Number 11. You become less rational. Love makes people stupid is something every person who has fallen in love has either heard or experienced. But it's more than a cliché. Semir Zeki of University College London and Dr. Helen Fisher from Rutgers University of Anthropology used MRI scans of smitten people and concluded that the amygdala and the frontal and prefrontal cortices demonstrated diminished activity in those people. The only problem is, those regions of the brain are associated with fear, learning from one's mistakes, analysis and judgment, delayed gratification, and predicting the outcomes of events. In other words, you will have serious trouble having rational argumentation for anything you do when you are in love. Number 10. You feel butterflies in your stomach. Speaking of cliches, if this one doesn't make your stomach turn, romantic love will. Oxytocin creates the feeling of happiness, but also triggers the release of cortisol, the stress hormone. Cortisol causes the contraction of the blood vessels around the gut, which results in nausea. Obviously, love can make you happy and sick at the same time. Number 9. You sleep less. If you find yourself feeling like you came out of Sleepless in Seattle, you may be in love. If you really can't get yourself to sleep right, don't worry, you are not going insane. One sleep-deprived researcher, Professor Serge Brand of the Psychiatric University Clinics at the University of Basel in Switzerland, conducted a study on young people who were in the early stage of intense romantic love. The study, published in the Journal of Adolescent Health in 2007, concluded that adolescents who were intensely in love reported having shorter sleep by approximately 1 hour than their not-in-love counterparts. Beyond that, the study showed that those who were most obsessed with their new loved one had the shortest sleep. So, when you fall in love, it will be bye-bye sleep and hello love, but we would say it is definitely a fair trade. Number 8. You become more resistant to pain. Love is shown to have pain-reducing qualities. A 2010 study published in the journal PLOS One, in which researchers took fMRI scans of participants who were in new romantic relationships, demonstrated that people who viewed images of their romantic partners exhibited increased activity in several reward processing regions of the brain, suggesting that love and distraction that comes with love may reduce their experience of pain. Dr. Sean Mackey, senior author of the study, summarizes the results of the study by concluding that people, when they are in passionate, intense phase of love, show significant alterations in their mood that impact their experience of pain. Enjoying the video so far? If you are, like the video and smash that subscribe button to get more insightful videos like this one. It's free. Number 7. Your overall health improves. Love, particularly the kind that develops into a committed relationship, is shown to promote overall physical well-being. These benefits of the potent drug called love include improvement or prevention of many conditions, diseases, and illnesses, some of which include decreased risk of heart disease, lower blood pressure, less frequent migraines, improved state of your immune system, and faster recovery from illnesses. Doctors might want to start prescribing love as official medication. Number 6. You feel more or less stressed out, depending on the stage of the relationship you are in. Falling in love can be stressful in the beginning because a person can feel a level of uncertainty about whether that love will be reciprocated, whether they will experience rejection, and when exactly to say the 3 big words. A study published in 2004 by Donatella Marazziti and Domenico Canale suggests that the initial stages of falling in love can cause spiking levels of cortisol, the stress hormone, but that those cortisol levels decreased after 12 to 24 months into the relationship. The good news is that, in the long run, love actually reduces the so-called stress response activation systems through something called social bonding, which results in reduced levels of anxiety. Number 5. You start obsessively thinking about the person you are in love with. Donatella Marazziti, professor of psychiatry and director of the Psychiatric laboratory in Pisa, discovered that people in the early stages of a romantic relationship produce less serotonin. Diminished serotonin has also been noticed in people with obsessive-compulsive disorder, which has led some to conclude that the feelings of anxiety and obtrusive thinking in the early stages of romance can be thought of as a mild, temporary form of obsessive behavior. However, after a year to year and a half into a relationship, serotonin and cortisol levels go back to normal, and you can expect the anxiety and obsessive thoughts to start fading away. Number 4. You feel addicted. When people start falling in love, their brain starts producing neurochemicals such as vasopressin, adrenaline, dopamine, and oxytocin that make their neural receptors light up. This results in feelings of both pleasure and euphoric sense of purpose. As Dr. Helen Fisher states, romantic love is an addiction. Number 3. You feel intense attachment and safety. Luckily, dopamine and adrenaline are not the only neurochemicals involved in the process of falling deeply in love, as opposed to just being lustful, although love does that too. Oxytocin is another hormone whose levels surge, boosting feelings of attachment, safety, and trust among partners. Oxytocin makes partners feel comfortable and relaxed when they are in the company of each other, especially after the first intense rushes of love and sexual desire start to balance out. These feelings may even be amplified after touching, kissing, or sex. The release of oxytocin also strengthens the bond between partners, partly because it may decrease their interest in other partners. Number 2. You become happier. When people are in love, their levels of dopamine increase. Dopamine is a neurotransmitter that controls the brain's reward and pleasure center, which makes the couples feel happy around each other. In a study published in 2005 in the Journal of Comparative Neurology, researchers found that people who looked at a photo of a person they were romantically in love with showed increased brain activities in brain areas associated with dopamine. Number 1. You start experiencing compassionate love. All the neurochemicals romantic love is often associated with and triggered by eventually start fading away, and so do the feelings of butterflies, anticipation, excitement, sweaty palms, and racing hearts. But those feelings can sometimes lead to something psychologists have termed compassionate love. This kind of love doesn't depend on a person's temporary hormonal status, but on their willingness to work on their relationship, to respect the person they are with, to be willing to sacrifice for them, and to genuinely care about them. People who experience this kind of love feel safe, protected, and cared for, and their emotional and sexual connection becomes even more intense. Love and all of its effects can hardly fit into a 10-minute video, but we hope we managed to provide you with enough reasons to love being in love. And if you like this video, then check out these related videos to see more.